Oh, we're already
Oh.
going. Yo, round of
Appreciate it.
applause. Hey, are Mara Mondays back, or are we?
Oh shit! Damn, they're making a comeback.
okay.
They just took a little hiatus. That's all.
Welcome into Maxwell's house, y'all. Powered by Audio Technica. I'm Maxwell, and we got Nick Mara in the building. We've already been chatting before the camera started rolling, but I miss you, dude.
I know, same here, bro. I mean, I feel like it's been forever.
Yeah, but you know what? A lot of life has happened in the time since we've been able to hang out. A lot of growth. Solo project. We're gonna get into all that.
Yeah.
I think we need to first off address the elephant in the room. Do you still like the name Nikki Balls?
Oh,
Or
damn.
do you hate it terribly?
I honestly forgot about that. Damn. Yeah, so that was like my old like Uvu name or something like that. I don't know why. I think that was like from a football coach or something. But yeah, I mean, feel free if you want to still call me that. You can just don't say it to me.
Nah, bro. What's been really amazing for me watching this journey and watching you grow is watching you really fully step into your own, man. And I guess we should just start, and I want to begin the conversation with how full is the heart right now, man? How grateful are you feeling right now?
I mean, I feel
Pun
amazing.
intended, by the way.
Yeah,
We're gonna
I was
get there.
say. Nah, I feel awesome, man. I mean, I think ever since leaving LA and leaving the group, and I kind of took a couple of years off to just kind of reset and do some soul searching, because I did feel that I lost a little of that fire.
Yeah.
And just in music, like in art in general. And then, so those 2 years I kind of did a little bit of soul searching, and I was like, I can't give this up. This is what I love to do no matter what happens. We're going to go till the wheels fall off. So
it feels like it. I
mean,
you,
and it feels good.
You were born to do it, and let's kind of, for those who have been fans and who know the journey, but let's go back to the early days as we started rolling here in the studio. Talking about, it started off the dance part of your artistry was heavy and a part of our KTU world. Yeah. Well, you told me a little fun fact, bro, that you were at Beatstock back in the day.
Yeah, I was one of the little homies on the stage doing the Michael Jackson tribute at KTU Beatstock. I don't remember which year. I'm gonna say like 2009.
Yeah.
2008. But yeah, that's where I just started. So my first love was dance. I mean, obviously I love to play sports and stuff, and then slowly made a transition into dance, and I just loved it so much. I excelled at it, and it just felt comfortable for me. And I never really envisioned like kind of branching out until I started watching like Chris Brown and Usher and stuff like that, and I was like, damn, well I can move like them.
Yeah.
I was like, well, damn, I want to see if I can sing like them. So I just started picking up singing and really falling in love with the craft. So after a while, it just became natural to me. And then luckily, fast forward, I got a call from Simon Cowell to be part of the Pretty Much group.
Yeah.
And it's been 6 great years with them. And then all things come to an end.
No, for sure. I mean, like we said, just to jumpstart the conversation, life happens.
Yeah.
But what I really want to tap into is that spirit, that energy to be able to find something that you love to do and to be able to follow that, man. What did that mean for you from a young age to know that it could be like, yo, I can get out here in front of people and I can move. I can trust my heart enough to try to follow a passion and see it come to fruition. I mean, hitting stages, God, man, I think we talked about this back in the day, man. The ABDC, the SNL, Mariah Carey's with, to doing all the things that, there's so many accolades. But what did it mean for you to be a young dude that found what he loved to do and to, have the fortitude to really kind of pursue that?
To be honest, like, given that it happened such like at a young age, I kind of didn't really picture it in any other way than just me having fun. Like, I was just out there just like doing my thing. Like, I never really thought of it as much. I didn't even think about like fame or anything like that. It was just like, yo, it's cool. Like, I'm doing this TV thing here. I'm doing this. So it was like, it was always cool doing that. And then it wasn't until kind of, like I said, like when I hit that reset button, it was like, damn, like now I genuinely feel like this is what I love to do, but this is what I'm meant to do no matter what. Like, and it truly fulfills me. So like, I get in a job, like, obviously everyone's got to do their own thing. Like some people
For
work
sure.
9 to 5, like, and that's cool. But like for me, I just knew it wasn't fulfilling enough for me, and I was like, look, I can go dead broke doing this, and I'll still be happy. So.
That was the thing, is like you knew, you knew that it was gonna be a grind. You knew that it was gonna be something that could amount to something. Blessed that it did, but if it didn't, it was that you were following your heart and you were gonna make sure that, as you said, I'm gonna go with this because it's just gonna be what's gonna make me feel the most full.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Yeah.
Do you remember like your first like songs that when you started to tap into wanting to become an artist? Like, do you remember putting pen to pad or working with producers or teams and thinking like, man, here I am in the 9th grade, and I'm writing about what were some of those early tracks from Nick?
So actually, funny story. Before even like the group and stuff, I had a song called "Can't Get Enough," and it probably lasted about 2 weeks before I took it down. I don't know. I was just still nervous then, but just that whole process of being in the studio with producers and writers and just kind of getting that whole vibe, I was like, damn, okay, like I like this, this whole process of like creating. So so that's kind of what made me fall in love with it. And then I don't think I took it as serious at the time because I was young.
I mean, nobody did.
But
bro. I feel you. I understand.
But then, like I said, going out to LA, that really kind of opened my eyes to being like, okay, like this, we can do this. Like this is fun. Just wake up.
Who are some of those early believers, man? Some of those people in your corner that gave you the confidence, that were there to nudge you along the way, to really help you become even more confident.
I mean, I have a huge family, so I have a great support system, and they definitely pushed me to be great and just like to keep going. But to be honest, it wasn't like the normal thing to do at the time. Like at my age, everyone was playing sports or like go to school, go to college, all that stuff. And I was just doing everything opposite of that. So like, and it's not that anyone knocked me; they were all like in full support of me. But like, it was just new for everyone. So I think kind of just me doing show after show or just kind of getting event after event, like it just started to click for myself, like, oh, like this is it.
This is cool. I mean, when you're traveling across the country, when you're popping up in front of crowds at all kinds of different venues, I mean, I can only imagine that those just became those little building blocks that set down a pretty solid foundation to let you know, like, yo, I think I got this. It's like I'm about to be all right. I'm about to be all right. And then let's talk about. Well, you know what I always wanted to ask y'all, man, and we're gonna get into. It's a brotherhood still. I mean, did you just have Zion with you on stage like not too long ago? Or
so I went on stage with Edwin because he had a show.
Yeah,
and he was like, "Yeah, you got to get on here." I was like, "All right, hell
let's
yeah,
pull up." Yeah, I mean, so we're gonna get to, because Edwin's the homie too, man. You guys are telling me how. Pretty much, where did the name come from? I don't know if I've ever asked y'all that.
So it's actually a funny story. I think it was just like a weird like baby voice that we did because we were young, just doing stupid stuff, and somehow we kept using the phrase "pretty much," and then we were like, "Oh, yo, that's it, pretty much." But we like jokingly did it, like, "Oh, pretty much is our name," like, haha. And then Simon was like, "I love it." And I was like, all right, so
let's roll.
That's what we're sticking with.
Yo, I think all the years that we've had, conversation, I don't think I've ever asked. All right, pretty okay. Yeah. All right, man. Let's move on from that, dude, because I really want to focus on the solo vibe and the fact that you had the strength to follow your heart even more. In a situation that a lot of people had seen from the outside looking in. Comfortable, everything going for you, but just to know that maybe that just wasn't where the heart was at the moment, and knowing some of the tough things that come with being a part of a group, but stepping out and really following just what your purpose was. It's scary. Explain it if you can. I mean, anxious, fulfilling.
It was definitely like it's definitely nerve-wracking only because, you're so used to being in a group and everything that you do is, like, shared, like, the same vision and everything. Like, you talk about songs, music, all that stuff. Everything was always together.
Yep.
So kind of doing this whole solo journey has been a little scary for me.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it was like, you know, I mean, this is what I love to do. So it's not that scary. I think the scary part is the fact that it's just like, yo, like no matter where I go, what I do is like, now it's just me.
Yes.
You know, I don't have my brothers with me. So
Yeah.
like, you know, if you need to take a quick breath on stage, like, you know,
Yeah.
your homie next to you can't take, you know,
Yeah, he
take your
can't step up
reins.
real
It's
quick.
like,
Yeah,
it's
for
all
sure.
on you.
For sure.
But no, it was definitely a little scary. But I think getting out that first track was a relief for me, because it's just like, all right, now is go time. Like,
Yeah.
I just want to, you know, share my music, you know, make people happy, and give some music for people to dance to.
And with that, man, I mean, how dope is it to see that you are able to, you know, really fully embrace being front and center. You're able to tackle those moments when it's like, yo, I may have relied on my brother, you know, when I needed to take that breath, but now I know that I can do it on my own. I can power through it. Like, you know, as a human, as an artist, what does that feel like for you to know that you're able to, you know, conquer those little tiny wins every once in a while?
You know, I mean, it's funny because, like, even when I was younger, like, I think deep down, I knew that I had what it took to, like, kind of be like a front and center guy, but I never like, you know, wanted that. Like, you know, I just wanted to be like, hey, I just want us all to succeed. Like, we're all here together. So like, that's just I've always had like a team mentality. I've always worked better with people.
Yep. You think that's a sport in you? That's an athlete in you?
It's
I'm
like
the
a
same
sport
way.
in me. Like, exactly. Like I
Yeah.
love that, like, camaraderie. But yeah. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So basically, I feel like I knew deep down that I could do it. It's just it was new territory for me. But yeah, it's been great so far. I mean, I have a phenomenal fan base that's still here, honestly.
Yes,
like,
you
for
do,
the most part,
bro.
they're still here. They're still riding with me, and I'll never forget this. The fact that they just stuck with me even in the years that I wasn't really saying anything.
Yeah.
But
I think that to your point with that, you know what I mean, the years that you took to yourself, I want to rewind back to that part of our conversation. It's important that you know that people are gonna be there to support you because you're doing what feels best for yourself, and that's a scary thing to think. You know, I'm gonna eject myself from the limelight, or I'm eject myself from this situation. People are gonna forget about me, and they're gonna think that, you know, I'm abandoning them. But that's never the case, and it's crazy when it turns out to be that, you know, folks were there waiting and ready to ride for you, knowing that you were doing what was best for you.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
And honestly, they were a great, like, reminder of, like, why I do it, and like, in the first place, because, like, after all those years, and still looking, and it's like, yo, like, still people are like reaching out to me like, hey, where's Nick? Nick's in the basement. I'm like, yo, it's been like 2 years. I haven't said nothing. They're still asking me that. I'm like, damn, like, that's love right there. I was like, so that's why, like, I was like, obviously I'm going to come back for myself, but I want to come back and, you know, like, give back to them just for sticking with me and riding with me, because, like, you know, I'll never forget that. And I'm a big, like I said, I'm a big family man, and I'm big on loyalty and stuff like that. So seeing that was, it was beautiful. So
that's where it's going to segue into. I mean, I know it wasn't the first one I dropped, but that's where we're segueing into Grateful, and some of this, you know, some of the music. You've been giving us new tracks like every month. At the end of the, like, which is kind of fire. You know, the idea behind behind the rollout, and what was the thought process in, you know, just giving folks and giving us as fans just a little bit here, just letting us know that you're still here working, you're still here grinding. What was the thought process behind that?
Yeah, honestly, so, like, I think the whole thought process behind that was just like, I'm trying to figure out exactly, like, my sound as Nick Mara, less than, like, what the group was. So I think, like, it was like, hey, let's just give them everything I've been working on, and, like, you know, and, like, see what kind of, like, feels like me, and see what sticks, and, like, see what's just kind of like a good vibe. So I think that's what the whole consistency of just kind of giving people music nonstop, that was the whole thought process behind that. But of course, eventually, like, I would love to release a project and stuff.
Oh, I mean, it's gonna happen when it's meant to happen.
Yeah,
you know what
exactly.
I mean. So and you've never been one to rush the process, which is cool. It's the consistency that's gonna get you to that particular point in time. And the fans are still gonna be there, and we're still gonna be there when that thing happens. So let's go ahead and break down some of these songs, man. So let's start with Grateful, dude. What did it mean to you? Besides the obvious, I mean, you know what I'm saying?
So honestly, is first song, like, it was I'm grateful. No
Yeah.
pun intended. But yeah, a lot of people think like it was like a kind of like a nod to like the group and stuff,
Yeah.
and I was like, it really wasn't. like
Yeah.
it does fit
For
like,
sure,
it fits
for sure.
Well,
Isn't
so
that
I'm
dope
like,
about music though? Is that you're able to create? And I've had this conversation with so many artists
Yeah,
before, man. You're
yes.
able to create something that feels right for what you're gonna explain. I'm gonna cut you off, but also that the fans are able to take and interpret. That's what's dope about music.
Yeah.
Is that we're able to listen to it and put our own emotions and feelings onto
exactly.
it. So,
It means something different for each and every person. Like that's like you said, the beauty of music. And for me, honestly, it was just like, I don't know what I was thinking. I was just like made a scenario in my head, like thought of a concept. It's just like, like you could apply it to anything. So like that's what I kind of wanted to go for. But at the same time, I just kind of dressed it up as like, a relationship. It's the easiest thing to dress it up as, and it's just like knowing how grateful you are for that time in your life.
Yeah.
But now it's time to move on, to step into a new chapter, and grow as a person and for yourself. So that's really what I went into it. And then honestly, a lot of it was just melodies and that were in my head, and it was just like, I'm so grateful to, and I'm just like, okay, this works, this feels
all
cool.
right, okay.
So that's just where it came from.
And I'll tell you, bro, the first listen for me, shout out to Dom in the building. He's sitting quietly in the corner over here. I got a chance to listen to some stuff before it was released, and I was like, yo, it's giving JT. It's giving that little melody. You know what I'm saying? Come here. And I was like, yo, Nick is in his bag right now. So I'm going to say that. All right, man. Dangerous. What did that one mean for you, bro?
Dangerous. So honestly, that was the first one I ever like wrote by myself, like without the group, and like just full start to finish. And I didn't, I mean, it wasn't the first one I released, but it was the first one like I wrote like since the group. And that one was cool because it's just kind of like, I don't know. I guess it was just like late at night. I was chilling in my studio, just like, and just again, I love melodies. I think that's where a lot of my writing starts. Like I have melodies and then I begin to write.
Okay.
And then obviously I have to have a concept. But yeah, so I think I came to that one because I just kind of was like, I like just getting out of bad habits, like thinking about some like temptations, like stuff that just kind of throws you off your game, and it's just, there's tons of stuff out there that's just trying to nag at you. Again, I dressed it up as a girl, like that she's the dangerous one, but it really could. It was just meant to be like temptations, like a lot of things that nag at you and pull you away from what you're trying to be, like, and like kind of.
Let me ask you this. I mean, what are some of your, I don't want to say guilty pleasures, but what are some of those things? So what are some of those vices, like everyday vices? Are you a coffee fan? I know we had a conversation, coming up with my girl Rachel Gray. Coffee is her thing. Are you a sneaker freak like I am? Like, what are some of those things dangerous when you? What are your vices?
Yeah, so me, like, I mean, obviously it used to be coffee.
Okay.
Which I stopped doing. Like, I do love coffee, but I stopped doing. I don't know. I saw a bunch of things about like caffeine. Like, oh, too much caffeine is bad for you. Too much anything's bad for you.
For sure.
But I was just like, all right. So naturally, I stopped coffee. So I don't really get those jitters no more. No crazy crashes. So that honestly, a bad vice right now, I'm not gonna lie, is Xbox. I've been playing too much Xbox, man. Like,
what's your game, dude? What's your game of choice?
I mean, I'll be playing like all the sports games, but Battlefield 6, it just came out, so I'm like out here. I think I'm like SEAL Team 6.
Yo, fam, I'm not even gonna lie. There are moments when I'm a PS5 guy, and when that Harry Potter, that Hogwarts is, bro,
I got it. I
was up till like 4 or 5 in the morning daily.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm talking to flying broom. I'm trying to go through all the rings.
Yeah.
Dog, yeah, so that was my vice, dude. So I feel you on the video games, dog. I feel you on the video games.
And it's sometimes, it's good to get away a little bit, but sometimes, it just gets in the way of work. So,
Okay. They're dangerous.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
But now the body of work, or the role, high fashion. And this is one that I saw when the visuals really started to come together, man. I saw how clean it was. And what about high fashion? Can you let us know really hit home in the heart?
Really, like, I think the thing that just clicked with me, because I like a lot of these are work with Grant Landis, by the way. Shout out Grant.
Shout out Grant.
He's the boy. But this one, it just kind of stuck with me. As soon as like he was putting together this beat, it just kind of resonated with me. I'm like, okay, like this is fire. Like I was like, okay, now I'm getting like this Chris Brownie, dancey type vibe. I was like, now I feel like I'm at home.
Yeah.
I was like, so let me just lay some stuff down. And I just laid it down, and we wrote to it, and it just came out awesome. But yeah, it just felt more like dancey.
Yeah.
I felt like I can bust down some choreo
Yeah,
to it.
and that's what I was gonna say, man. When you're either in the studio and you're with the beat, are you moving? Is there lots of movement in the creation process? Or does that come through afterwards when you're creating the visuals for it?
I mean, it depends on each song, but for this one specifically, I was definitely moving.
Yeah,
and I was like, I feel like that's why it happened so quick. Like, I think it took us maybe 2 hours to just like finish it, because it was just that much. The energy was high. We were feeling good. We were high on it, and it was awesome. So I definitely enjoyed that one. And then, funny enough, Grant, so like his specialty is just making stuff fire, chopping up vocals and like, you know, doing a beat at the end.
He's a wizard.
And we were joking around like, oh, what if we add a little Jersey club at the end? He's like, I could do that.
That was what got me. I was gonna get to that down here, man. The transition, bro, and that made it even more personal to who you are, being a Jersey boy. When I heard that for the first time, shout out Dom again, man. I got a chance to hear it in the earbuds, and I'm like, yo, this is different. This is different.
Yeah, man. I mean, once I said it, he was like, "No, I can do it. I can do it." I was like, all right, I can't say no. Like, it would be a nice tip of the cap to home.
Yeah,
you know, Jersey Club. I was like, and also it's just dope. Like, you know, get people dancing. So
back it up.
Yeah, people on TikTok, you know, make all your dances if you can.
Let's go. Run up those numbers, man. Lastly, Nobody But You. Come on, man. Yeah. Explain. This was the final one that came out with this little batch here. How special was this track for you?
This one. So actually, Grant brought it to me and was like, "Hey, like, I got this track. Like, I think it'll be good." And I was like, you know what? At that time of the season, you know, knowing that it was, you know, starting to get into holidays, I was like, you know, let's chill. Let's cool out a little bit, you know, bring the vibe, make it a little more chill. So when he showed it to me, I was like, oh my God, this is awesome. Like, I love it. Like, I think it would sound good on my voice. Like, let's try it. And it sounded good, and like obviously worked on, like, nitpicked some stuff, but yeah, it was already, to me, a hit when he gave it to me. So I was like, I definitely would want to jump on this. So
how cool is it to be able to have the freedom to try things, you know, to be an independent artist now, to hear something and to really just step out and say, like, I think I could do this, you know, and not have to really go through. Obviously, there's some benefits to being a part of, you know, majors and all that kind of stuff, but to be able to step out and just to really follow, like, I think I can fuck with this.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
let me go. Like, what, as a creator, how important is that freedom?
It's so I was the only thing I knew was a label. So I was kind of like, oh, this is new for me. Like, I don't know if I like being independent. Like, I like the whole, like, I have, you know, we were spoiled. Like, like, you know, you get if you get a big budget for these things, like, you get all this stuff. So it was like, being independent, I don't know if I like it. So now being independent, I'm like, no, this is awesome. Yeah, because you get that creative freedom. You can do whatever you want, really, and it's just like there's no one, you know, telling you what to do or what you need to do. I mean, obviously, it's a little tougher. It's a tougher road for us independent artists, but it's definitely more rewarding for sure. Yeah. So I got nothing against labels. So, you know, if labels want to come call my way, like,
let's roll, let's get it. Yeah.
But I'm enjoying the independent life, and shout out United Masters too, because they're definitely hooking it up and just kind of helping me get my music out there and giving me a good platform. So, yeah.
Well, that's what I'm here for also, too. And I've told you this over the years, man. Like, no matter what it is, just knowing and feeling the energy and the passion behind each one of you, the guys. I hope I told you that and let you know. I'm here to ride because I know where it comes from. And to see you be able to step into your greatness, or just to be able to try and to be willing to try. I mean, that's a huge thing for any other artists who are watching or people who are listening to this conversation. I mean, it's a tough road, but when you can bet on yourself and then, you know what I'm saying, that number comes up and it's your number, it's even more fulfilling, dude. And it goes to everything that we've been chatting about here in the conversation. So, the scary feeling has got to be there, but the fulfillment, the freedom, it's just going to make when that next success story hits even that much special. More special, I should say.
Yeah, so minor setback, major comeback is what I say. So
yeah, yo, wait, say that again, dude. Say that again.
Minor setback, major comeback.
I feel like that's gonna play into the conversation at the end of this chat here at Maxwell's house, but for sure, I love that. Okay. I love that. So we kind of went already, into the tracks, dude. But I wanna do a little something I call my pop culture confessional.
Okay.
All right. So what's a song? I want to just personally just want to know what's a song that Nick Mara is low key like a super fan of? Like you might not let people hear it on the aux cord, you know what I'm saying? But in your earbuds when you're all alone.
I mean, I know it right off the top of my head because like, yeah, like if I'm playing this with the homies, they'll be like, actually, to be honest, a couple of my homies be like, yeah, I'm gonna listen to this for you.
Okay.
But like for the most part, they'll probably be like, yo, what's going on? Everything okay? But I love Olivia Dean. I'm loving Olivia Dean and also Sabrina Carpenter. Literally any song that she's ever dropped, like those two together, like they're like, I don't know. I just feel like a little fangirl when I listen to this. I'm like, yo, I can get down with all of this. Yeah, and Man, so. I Need is a vibe, and that's not even the chef's kiss with Olivia Dean. What else do I have? I think I'm not even gonna front, dude. I got some Olivia Dean on my playlist, dog. What is it? Reason to Stay?
Yes,
I think that was the first one.
Yes, that's the first one.
That was the first one I noticed, and I was like, yo, this girl is cold.
Yeah, hold on. Let me see. I'm going through my Maxwell approved playlist, man. I'm going back here because I put some Olivia Dean on here. I have to scroll way back because the playlist that I curate, as you know, man, it's those bangers that are gonna be massive before the rest of the world grabs a hold. I'm gonna just go ahead and brag right quick what's on the Maxwell approved playlist. I put that Leon Thomas almost a year ago on here. Shabuzi's been on the playlist forever. Talking, Grammy. I'm just dropping some names right here. The Icky Blicky Gumdrop or whatever. Doechii had been on the playlist for like a hot minute. Let me see. Where's my Zara Larson was Midnight Sun. Yeah, been on the playlist here. But where's all my Olivia Dean stuff? Yeah, I mean I've got.
You gotta creep up in there.
Yeah, I mean there's just so much. Oh, yeah, Ray. All right, let me just stop bragging about this stuff. But that's kind of what's on. That's kind of what's on my heart. But Olivia Dean is you. All right, I feel you, dog. Well, what about pop culture confessional? What's a song that you wish you wrote? Like you listen to it and you're like, damn, I wish that was me.
I'm gonna be honest. What's the just good in the middle of the night? What? Oh, Go Crazy. That's what it is.
Oh,
Go Crazy. I know it's a little older.
No, that's okay.
But that song forever. Like I've always looked at it like, damn. Like I wish I wrote that song. And actually, one of the writers on the song, true enough, actually auditioned to be in the group that I was in with Pretty Much.
Say word.
Yeah.
Oh,
so it was
damn.
like. So, but
any chance? I mean, cover? Would you ever do a cover? Just what I'm saying, hell of it.
Honestly, maybe just cause. But I mean, like I feel like, it still hits no matter what.
Yeah.
I know it's a little older, but it still hits. Like I really just wish I came up with that. It's just so fun. Like I feel like I can play it every summer. And
just go and just move with it. Let's kind of hang out in that world of folks that you look up to or folks that you draw inspiration from, but also that. I don't know, that maybe you would be surprised to know that they've got your music on their playlist. Like, who are some of those people that you have looked, for guidance from and thought, they're doing it right. Not necessarily trying to be like them, but like, they're doing it right. I think I need to, make sure that I'm moving, shaking that same direction. Who are some of those folks for you?
I mean, obviously, it's an obvious one. I keep saying it. People are going to be like, damn, he's like a super fan. But, yeah.
Maxwell, I know. I know.
Maxwell,
I know.
But, no, obviously, Chris Brown. I just always say him off top because that's literally why I got into this whole entertainment business. But guys like, I don't know if you ever heard Tone Stith. He's a writer, but he's actually a writer for Chris Brown. But he also makes his own music, and he's phenomenal. So I just love how I don't know like how he sticks to his like R&B roots and he's actually a true artist at heart. But like I think he was stuck in the whole songwriter situation. But I hope that he gets his flowers because he's dope. I look to him, and then obviously you get the Ushers and the JTs of the world and like that's really where I draw inspiration from because when I'm going to their shows, especially when I was younger, I was always watching them. And obviously enjoying the show, but watching them and seeing their stage presence and seeing like how do they entertain this side of the crowd? How do they move around? How do they, like, when they're just taking a breath, how do they, like, just chill?
You know, hearing you say that and being present for some of y'all's shows together and watching you backstage at like a Jingle Ball or a thing, like you've always kind of had this like, yo, like it is always focused and just being able to draw from the way that people move backstage, the way that, you know, you handled yourself in crowds around fans, and just the way that you're watching other artists that were on these lineups with you. It always did seem that there was like, you know, and there's somebody else I want to show love to Jonah Murray, because he was also the same way. I think I've told him that a couple of times as well with Why Don't We? Like, yo, you were always just kind of, you know what I mean, just always studying.
Present.
Yeah, staying present. Yeah, man. I mean, it's easy to get lost in the big lights of everything that's happening and getting ready to step out on stage in front of, you know, thousands of people, but always just really knowing that there was something to learn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You've always been pretty coachable, dude, and watched, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I love the idea, the art of entertainment. Like, I truly do. And it's like, sometimes it used to get so weird for me because it was like, yo, like, if I think about, sit back and look, like, what am I really doing? I'm, like, entertaining people, like, as a job. And it's just, like, it seems weird, but that's why I love it, because I love just to make people happy, make them laugh, you know, give them something to get away from the real world for a little bit. So, like, I truly do take pride into that craft. So that's why I'm always like studying all the greats. So.
Dude, it shows, bro. It shows, bro. Want to move on to a little something we've done with every guest here in Maxwell's house. We want to set down some house rules, bro. And we mentioned, and you mentioned a couple of times in this conversation, big family. I mean, you rolled up uncles in the Bronco.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, you got a support staff, dude. But I can also imagine that if you sat up to the table and you called it a Taylor ham instead of pork roll, or vice versa, somebody's finna come after you. Or there might have been a house rule that you know, you got to make sure that there's no cell phone at the table when you're eating dinner. In the Mara family, dude, what was one of those house rules that you know what I'm saying, kept you on the straight and narrow, dude?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it was just simple stuff like, don't ever show up to anyone's house empty-handed.
Okay.
Yeah, always bring, like, you know, something. It could be anything, cookies, like, you know, something. But just always don't show up empty-handed. Please and thank you, stuff like that. And then a big thing is my mom, especially. She's like crazy, and now I thank her to this day. Because at first I was like, "Yo, woman, you are crazy. Like, there's no way I'm keeping this room this damn clean." But she was, she was really hard on us, like, on just to keep everything clean, and just, you know, if you keep your room clean, keep your car clean, stuff like that, you know, it just changes your whole vibe, like your whole like your mood. Like, it's nice to come home to a made bed or a clean, like. That's true. So she really instilled that in us, like, you gotta keep on this, you gotta keep on this. When I was younger, I was like, man, tripping. But then now, like, I get home, I'm like, wow, man, my bed's made. Like, yeah, okay. Now,
dog, I love that, man.
So, yeah.
What about the holidays? I mean, you know, with the holidays just passed, Christmas and, you know, and Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate, anyone who's watching, listening, big holidays with the family. How did it go down for y'all?
Yeah, so Christmas. So there's Christmas Eve that we do with, like, our entire family, like aunts, uncles, cousins. And then Christmas Day is, like, kind of when everyone separates and goes their, like, own way to, like, their own respective families. But yeah, Christmas Eve, it gets jumping, you know.
For real.
Like, the drama comes out. Sports are on. Everyone's yelling, screaming. Everyone's stuffed from all the food. So,
who's always been the first to, you know, go after the gifts under the Christmas tree as a kid growing up? Were you down the stairs first? Was brothers down the stairs? Like, who was it? What was it?
Honestly, I mean, I gotta say me, because I'm the baby brother.
Yeah.
I'm the baby out of all of them. So I was always up and at 'em, ready to, like, all right, where these
Nick
gifts
was
at?
jumping on the bed at like 6 in the morning. Oh, like ready to
I was
go.
Like, I used to be like, all right, I'm setting up camp. Like, I'm catching this motherfucker.
Yo, Santa, I'm watching you.
Santa's not getting by me. And then, yeah.
Do you remember any favorite gifts? Like, maybe it was that year when you came downstairs and there was, like, a PlayStation. Or, like, for me, it was when I got my first like all-in-one like stereo. It was like the record player was on top. It had the 2 tape decks. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little bit older, but it had like an EQ in the middle. And I used to think that it was tight to set it this way, but I was like, do I set the EQ so it goes this way? And I remember my first album that I got. It was a DJ Jazzy Jeff from the Fresh Prince.
Okay.
But I remember that was like a core memory. The speakers, and then it had the wire that you could like, so you could spread them out. So the speaker, the little cable would go. And I was like, I thought I was cracking when I had that. What was your like maybe GOAT Christmas gift?
Damn, I don't want to sound like a dork, but honestly, it was Xbox.
There you go. All right, there it is. Yeah,
because that was when like the Connect came out, and then like, on top of it, you got Guitar Hero and all that stuff. So like, my mom went all out. She was like, "All right, we're going
Santa
crazy."
went all out, dude.
Yeah,
Santa.
Santa.
Yeah,
that's what I said. My mom.
She talked to Santa.
She told Santa. Yeah, that's exactly what I said. Yeah. So
okay, so it was the Xbox. That's right. That's right there, dude. Yo, to be able to, and what I really want to circle this as we start to, catch the tail end of this conversation is just the importance of family and team. And again, like you said, I mean, it's been a journey, and it's been an awesome career that you built for yourself. Even going back to the Iconic Boys days, you know what I'm saying? But then catching the wave with our Pretty Much brothers, and then, just now being and working on your solo stuff, but to always have that team around you, that family around you. Like, what does it mean to you to have a group of people? And I know we kind of dabbled about that in this conversation, but to have those folks there that have your back.
I know. I think that it's like probably one of the biggest things, like for anybody, whether it's, and family doesn't necessarily for everybody doesn't have to mean like your blood. Yeah. For me, luckily, I have such a giant close family, like cousins, aunts, uncles, like all that combined. But like, for other people, it may not be blood, but like it is awesome to have that core group, and just like people, to have people behind you that know is gonna have your back, and like even when you're having like those bad times, like you have someone to lean on. So like it's huge. And I know my grandfather, he actually, may he rest in peace, I know he said, you can be rich, you can have a mansion, you can have all this stuff. He goes, without family, you got nothing. Yeah. So that's kind of what I stick by. Yeah. So, and I think I kind of use that in anything that I do. Like, it helped me with Iconic Boys, like that whole brotherhood thing. It helped me with Pretty Much, just treating them like family, and just like leaning on each other. So, and I'll still do that forever. So
it shows, dude, and I felt that since day dot, bro. I'm telling you, man, and I promise, man, this is the last time I'm gonna say this. I will, even though you say we can say it in any other direction, I will never call you Nikki Balls to your face.
Yes, please don't, man.
I won't do that, bro. Lastly, my guy, you had a quote that earlier that I said it might come up again at the end of this conversation. We've got our guest book. You got every guest that steps into Maxwell's house, Lisa Rose is gonna bring in the guest book, man. Okay. Have you sign it? But I want you to throw down on that page a quote that means something to you, something that might be tattooable, but something that has always resonated with you. Leave your mark in the guest book, and let us know what that quote is.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna drop it again. Should I write it in like cursive? Make it like
Yo,
nice,
you know cursive, bro?
Yeah, I'm like the last of the generation.
You might, you're right there. If you put it in cursive, that might turn out to be a relic right there in the gift.
So let's see. What did I say? I said
guest book.
Minor setback, major comeback. That's what I said.
There you go.
All right, let's see if I still got it.
Yeah, this is gonna be interesting, because I'll tell you, man. To anybody who's watching this right now, that's under the age of 24, cursive might not be your strong point. Like, what does a G look like in cursive to you? I dare you to take a picture.
A capital G?
A capital G.
Yeah. Yep, I got it.
It's stuff that you need to practice. I mean, that's another thing I thought about, because I've got nieces and nephews that don't know and can't read cursive. How do you sign your autograph, fam? You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'll ask them. How do you? Because there were times when I was in school. Obviously, I learned cursive. I had an autograph, and it's in cursive. Well, kinda. Nah. Not so much anymore. Yeah. Now that I look up there, but I can write in cursive. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. How does it feel to be one of the last generation that can write in cursive, Nick?
Honestly, it feels like a special talent. It feels like a special talent.
It's your superpower.
And everyone's like, you can write in cursive. I'm like, Yeah.
Flex.
What I can.
You know what I'm saying? Been on stages all across the globe. You know what I'm saying?
But you don't want to
Multiple
see me
passports.
write a capital G in cursive. I'm telling you.
There it is, man. I gotta say, you are forever welcome into Maxwell's house, bro. I mean, anytime, any place. I will leave you with this because I did kind of skirt over it. Is it Taylor ham or is it pork roll for you?
For me, it's pork roll. I mean, Taylor ham is like saying like a hot dog. Like, hey, can I have a soubrette? Like you're saying the company name. You're saying the company name. Taylor ham is like the title of it, but like what it is pork roll. It's like that's how I look at it. Somebody's gonna beat me up in North New Jersey.
They got your whole family to get to you, bro. Yeah, so they better be careful if they try that, man.
About 30 of them.
One time for the one time. This is my dude. Let's put a bow on this and let us know what's on deck for 2026 for you, man.
More dance tracks, more music. And hopefully we can get on the road, do some shows. I mean, that's fingers crossed. Whether it's a little pop-up show or it's an actual tour, we're going to get out there. So I say we. I've got to get used to that.
Yeah. But it is a team that you still roll with. It's people. So it's okay to still say we. We understand that you're forward-facing, but I know what you mean, though.
You get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
But yeah, more music. And, lots of fun,
And more Mara Mondays.
I'm sorry. They're coming back.
Round of applause. He stepped into Maxwell's house, and he is forever welcome. This is Nick Mara. Appreciate you guys being a part of this conversation. Appreciate, again, Audio Technica for letting us do the dang thing. One more bigger round of applause for my dude. Peace out, y'all. Yeah. I got talking to the microphone. Later.